name's Ola from Tycoon Women. So I'm going to be talking to you about how to think like a Tycoon woman and learn how to spot business opportunities by analysing PAIN. PAIN is an acronym that stands for Problems, Aspirations, Issues and Needs. Okay, let's start. So what do entrepreneurs do that ordinary people don't do? What makes them different? Are they a special breed of people, acquired some miraculous skill that the rest of us don't have? Or are they just better at understanding things that you previously been unaware of? I would say that what separates people who go into business from people who earn incomes through a job is their ability to spot opportunities and learn how to solve problems for other people. Now, it might be that all the time opportunities are presenting themselves to you for solving a problem for yourself or somebody else. But rather than doing what an entrepreneur does, which is think, oh, wow, perhaps somebody else might want this, and how can I put this in a package and take it to market so that it's available for other people to buy, you probably just sit there grumbling, oh, if only somebody could provide this. So the next time you're thinking, oh, this doesn't work, I wish somebody would do it this way, start playing with that idea of it, thinking, well, actually, how would I solve this problem for myself? What is the problem that I'm looking at? Let me see if I can dissect it a bit and see specifically if there's something in this problem that other people might want too. You can also do the same when you are thinking about things that you don't have. So rather than looking at problems, you can look at your aspirations. So if you, I know the other day, this is something that I'm working on, I think it'd be wonderful if I could have a program, an IT program that could actually read my emails. It saved me all the hassle of doing it. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if everybody could have access to some kind of software that actually read your emails, and instead of just filtering them to various other inboxes, it answered them. And it answered them based on a set of criteria that you have already told it to do. And that's an aspiration for me. That's something that would be really great. I'm aspiring to be free from my emails by having a tool that allows me to do that. And again, instead of just thinking it's something that I would like one day, I could go out there and start investigating software companies and programmers about how we might go about putting together a package to do this. The other thing that you can look at when you're going around your daily life are any issues coming up. Are there things that are issues for you and other people? Again, you might be able to solve that problem or meet an aspiration by thinking of a way in which you can address it. And the last one is needs. What do you need? What do people around you need that you might be able to create a product for? So again, you could take it to market. Thinking of another example about this, a friend of mine, her partner recently suffered a massive heart attack and then had a stroke. And what she needed at that time was readily available information of how to get help for somebody who was going to be unable to do many things for themselves, who had been extremely active before and maybe would obviously would be missing the things that they used to do, and would need to be able to occupy their time in a way that that was meaningful and help them to recover. But she also needed to know how to get through the health service, because her explanation to me was it was a minefield. So she set about putting together all this information for her husband, because she needed it, and for herself, and came up with kind of like a route map through the health service and other providers who help people who've had strokes and heart attacks that she was using to get assistance for her husband. And I said to her, wow, that's great. I'm sure other people need that. And she said, oh, no. I said, well, how many people a year have strokes? And she said, well, quite a significant number. And what would you have given to have the information that you've put together at time you were looking there not knowing it? She said, oh, it would have been priceless. But there you go. You've identified a need. You've identified a community. You've got first-hand knowledge of how you've experienced it and what's required. I'm sure other people will need that. You can get online, create a blog, get on Twitter, start talking about it, and other people who are experiencing that will seek you out because it's their need. And again, you could either choose to sell that information or find other information and pack it and sell it to them. So thinking like a Tycoon woman is really about understanding the pain that people feel every day when they're going about their business, when things don't meet their requirements. As I said, pain stands for problems, aspirations, issues, and needs. You can do this exercise on yourself, and the more you do it, in fact, you can do it backwards. You can look at something that you use every day and think, what was it that the person who created this was trying to solve? What pain did they identify for people in order to let them come up with that? So if you took up your mobile phone, what the people who decided to put a handset in your hand that you could take everywhere you go were looking at was the people's frustration and issue around, well, I'm not in the office, people want to talk to me and I want to talk to people, but I need to move around, I'm a salesperson, I'm going lots of meetings, and it'd be a lot easier if people could just call me, rather than me having to wait to get back to the office, or they've left me a message, there might be something very important. So they were looking at people's need to be in continuous contact. And as a result of that, they started off with what was originally quite big portable mobile phones. I don't know if you're old enough to remember the first mobile phones, which were like bricks, I mean literally bricks, that came with batteries that were the size of car batteries, but they were more mobile than the phone that you had on the desk that was tethered to the wall. To where what we've got today is phones that not only enable you to be connected and be mobile, but also enable you to take everything else in your office with you. So if you've got one of those smartphones, you can get on to your email, you can run programs that are similar to the ones on your desk. In fact, you can even connect to your desktop with some applications that are available on mobile phones. So you can take your whole business with you in your phone. And that was somebody who was looking at the needs of the business community and came up with those products. And obviously, you don't have to be manufacturing something as complicated as a mobile phone, but what I'm suggesting is go around your home and your environment, and each day start to think of what the pain was that created the product that's in front of you. Because in life, the more you practice something, the more you practice this way of thinking, the more used you become to it, and you'll start to see those opportunities as they present themselves to you more readily, because they're coming up all the time. The environment is often quite hostile to how we want to be in it. And so you're often and frequently coming up against things that stop you being able to use the environment in the way that you personally want to use it. And you can start asking yourself the questions. Instead of being frustrated and muttering to yourself, as I say, you start asking yourself the questions. What could I have that could solve this problem for me? First step to learning to think like a tycoon is to spot opportunities. Obviously, there's more to that, because the next step would be, is it possible to create the thing we were talking about? Now, when I spoke to people about having a program to read my emails and said, well, you're talking about artificial intelligence and that's still some way off. However, maybe we're not. If you look at people like Dyson, who invented a new way of vacuuming, he was put off, and eventually he was able to create a multi-million-pound company out of an idea that he was pursuing to solve a problem that he looked at, which was, why should it be that vacuum cleaners put more dust into the air than they're picking up? This is silly, and that they lose suction. There should be a way in which a vacuum cleaner can work. We can pick up all the dust, do it continuously, and not chuck a lot of it into the air. And he worked on that, and he came up with a solution, and that every vacuum cleaner in the world is either a Dyson or using his technology under license. So as I said, start to think what issues are around in your environment for other, and also for other people. You can do this for your family and for your children. Lots of products are created by women who look at frustrations for their children and think, oh, this is something that if it worked this way, other mothers would be quite interested about, and they create products to do that. I came across one woman who wanted, because she was an environmentalist, wanted toys for her children that were made out of renewable sources. So there were green toys, made out of wood and natural products. And she looked around for them and she couldn't find any, so she managed to find some that were manufactured elsewhere in another country, and set up quite a successful business drop shipping them. So she's not manufacturing anything. She's sourced the product and delivering it to other people like her who wanted it. So, thinking like a tycoon doesn't mean that you have to actually create something. It might be that the product that's going to solve the pain is already out there, and all you need to do is go and find it and take it to the people like you who have identified they need it but don't know where it is. Again, when you start to think like a tycoon, the question isn't always, how can I create this thing for myself? It could be, who else has already created it? Is there a way that I can get it to market easier? Can I get more of it to market in a simpler way? Because there are lots of examples where people are having their pain resourced, but not in an easy to use way. And so what you could be looking at is how you might bring that product to market easier, faster, more user-friendly way, solving the same problem, but it's slightly different. Anyway, I hope you found this very useful, and you're going to go out there and start thinking about lots and lots of ways that you can identify issues in your environment and for other people. There could be potential business opportunities. This has been Ola from Tycoon Women. Please visit our website at www.tycoonwomen.com, where you can find lots more useful information and download a free ebook